Hey everybody, how we doing? Chase here. So a quick video on what I like to call the chop box. So the chop box is basically a area of price action where the price is simply, let's say, chopping people up. Okay, it's chopping people up because people are getting faked out left and right. They're thinking, oh, it's breaking out, it's breaking out, it's breaking out. Oh, it's breaking down, it's breaking down, it's breaking down. But in reality, the candle closes are very tight. They're right inside the box. So this is the chop, and this is the box. This is the chop box. So typically, you don't want to trade a chop box until you finally get a break of the chop box, right? Now, this was the only chop box I could find recently. There hasn't been too many of them lately, to be honest, but this was the only one I could find recently, and I just wanted to outline the strategy very quickly. So we're going to pretend, and let's just say that the candle close, right? So we were waiting for a 12-hour candle close outside of the formation. So let's say the candle closed, we got a candle close out here, okay? So this candle came all the way down, it closed out here, all right? So that would be a candle close outside of the chop box, and that would say, to me, it would signal bearish momentum. So what would I do? I would enter position upon the candle close outside of the chop box, enter a short position, okay, looking for it to go down because it broke to the bottom of the chop box. And I would set my stop loss back inside, a nice tight stop loss, a simple play, very easy, okay? Now let's say it broke to the top. Let's say it came out, a new candle formed right here. Once again, I would enter a long position right here, stop loss back inside. Unfortunately, in the case of this chop box, the candle formed so far away that I wouldn't long this, okay? I would only, let's take a look at this chop box, right? It's about 108 points. So typically I only like to enter about 50 points worth of what, 50% of what the chop box would have been, right? So if the chop box is 108 points here, I'm not going to be entering if the candle close is any farther away than about 50 points, right? So up to about, in this situation, probably up to about here is where I would have went to, up to about 40 points. So if the candle close was right here, 40 points away, I probably would have jumped in long position. But pretty much any farther than that, I'm not looking to do it. In reality, the closer we can be to a confirmed candle close outside of the chop box, so if it's like 15 points outside or if it's 20 points outside, in my opinion, that's a really high risk reward play. You set your stop loss right back inside. Literally you probably have like a 30 or a 40 point stop loss. As you guys can tell by now, I'm really a fan of just using tight stops, securing profit pretty early, making sure I'm always securing at least 50% of my profit for 100 points or more, setting my stop loss to my buy-in price once the move goes about 80 or 100 points in my direction. It's just the type of trader I am. I'm a bit more conservative. So, if that's not your type of style, then, hopefully you can still learn some things from me. But, probably troopers entries and things of that nature are going to be more your style, if you're looking for a more conservative approach. But, also, I'm not going to say I'm less likely to lose because there's no, as we could see, troopers, analysis and entries have been, spot on. Guys, percentage rate is super high lately. So I'm not going to say that at all. But I'll definitely say with my method, I truly haven't taken a loss or a stop out of any type of significant magnitude in months. So that's my type of style. Very, more on the conservative side, looking for lots of bullish or bearish confluence, as I've talked about in previous videos. And really always making sure if I am going to take a loss, it's going to be extremely minimal, and I always let my winners run. I always secure profits on my winners about 50% at 100 points, like I said, and I let the rest run. I move my stop loss to my entry price, literally a win-win. I could walk away from the computer with some targets and feel good about the trade, okay? That's always my goal, is to, we want to make sure that, once you secure that profit, and you remove in the first place. We want to make sure we're never using any amount of contracts that puts fear in our heart or triggers any emotion. Really, we want to trade the chart as non-biased as we can and as worry-free as we can, and you need to make sure your position size is reflective of that, because if your position size is too high, then you will almost never be able to truly let your winners run how they're supposed to, or let your stop loss be used for what it's supposed to be. Before you enter a trade, your stop loss is not for you to stop losing Bitcoin or anything like that. It is, but your stop loss should be when your idea is proven invalid. That's what a stop loss is for. I know that it stops people from losing any Bitcoin or anything like that, but in actuality, what a stop loss really should be, how you should think of it is, okay, if my stop loss gets triggered, I made the wrong call here. Okay, that's how you want to think of a stop loss and how you want to use it. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. See you in the next video.